It was a real shame that we had to cancel our 25th anniversary concert because of the coronavirus lockdown. Rather than mope about it, we asked our musical director Keiron if he'd mind arranging a piece of music we could record as a lockdown video in celebration anyway. Members of the orchestra were sent the music, and then each individually at home, using whatever device they had to hand, recorded their own part, ready to be stitched together later. I was really quite surprised by how much reassurance people needed. These are really, really good musicians, and yet they were being asked to do something outside their comfort zone. I hope you'll agree that the end result was worth it.
"25 years the Yorkshire Wind Orchestra has been going, and now everybody's stuck at home. Nottingham Symphonic Winds, Phoenix Concert Band, all the people I normally see. So we thought it might be a nice idea to write an arrangement of Happy Birthday, something short so you could wash your hands to it, and a little bit spectacular. So initially it would have been played at our 25th anniversary concert, which has obviously been postponed. There is a piece ready for that concert when it happens. But right now, Yorkshire Winds have recorded remotely, with the help of Ricardo, a fantastic little version of that Happy Birthday. We're going to make a PDF files available to any bands that want to play it, and maybe if they'd like to contribute something to the Yorkshire Ambulance in exchange for the files, that'd be great. But do have a listen and enjoy.
So there we were, with our 39 mobile phone videos and no idea how to edit them together. And then I remembered Ricardo, so I just sent him a message, genuinely asking what would be the best way to do this and could he give us any advice. And of course he said the only way to do this properly is to send the videos to me and let me edit them, which he did. And you can see the results turned out far better than we could have ever anticipated.
My name is Ricardo Lacombe. I am a freelance videographer and musician, amongst many other jobs that I do. I got a request from Lindsay. She said, we've got these 39, 40 videos, this orchestra, do you just want to put them together for us? Would that be something you could do, or advise us how to? And I said, send them to me. This is a 2-second job, easy work. I get a lot of requests at the minute while we're on this lockdown situation, because a lot of the online work I do, because I do things like web design also, people want to transition from what they do normally to what they can do like on lockdown at home. I didn't expect I'd get orchestra requests to try and assist with, but I thought, hey, this sounds cool. All I've got to do is put 40 videos together on screen. Easy. What I didn't realise is that also meant an audio mix of 39, 40 musicians who've recorded on smartphones, iPads, tablets, this kind of thing. And that needed an audio mix before we could even get to the video. Unfortunately, I'm used to mixing bands, guitar, bass, drums, and so on. Never mixed an orchestra before, so I thought, let's do this. What a challenge. So that was the first thing. We've got to get the audio sorted and make that sound good. Would it even work? Would the clarity be right? Would the quality be any good? Would the intonation of the playing be right? Would it stick to the score? Would it all line up? Would it sync? Are these musicians that good? Spoiler alert, yes, they are. So I thought, let's see what we can do. And I just want to show you here how I went about that and get stuck into it. So one of the first things that needed doing was the videos were sent in portrait and landscape because they're on different devices. So I just needed to resize those and get those all in landscape mode. She's dressed as a banana on a bassoon. Okay. Once we've got the video sorted, we now need to start syncing the audio. So fortunately, everybody had done a counting to the track and the conductor, and so I was able to start lining up all the audio to make everything match to that counting, and hopefully that syncs. Checking for the sync, just make sure things line up properly. Check the finale pieces test. Okay. So far so good. Let's do that for the rest of the tracks. So I've got everything to where I think it's synced in my video editor, and we'll hit play and just see if it sounds anything like a tune. Okay, there's something in there, but I don't know if I'd call that a tune so far. So we're going to bang it out into Pro Tools, start from scratch. Now we've got to sync and see if we can get a mix on here somehow. Okay, so we've got all my tracks in Pro Tools and they're all synced because they came straight out of the video editor with the same sync on. Might have to tweak here and there. I've cut out some of the noise where there's nothing happening on some of the instruments. And the task now is to take my mixer and start with everything bottomed out at 0. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to start with the 2 oboes because they carry a good piece of the melody about halfway through the tune. And I'm going to use those as a bass, and then we're going to bring each instrument back in and start tweaking as we go. So there's my oboes, and we can bring in things like the flutes. Let's bring 2 flutes in. This is where you know whether you're synced or not. Let's bring some of those low ends in, like the bassoon. Let's bring an alto sax. Okay, it's working. Given that the audio is all recorded on phones and tablets and so on, we need to do a little cleanup. So I'll do a little adding some effects like denoising, take a bit of the background noise off, EQing, adding a little bit of extra oomph to those low end instruments, and doing a little bit of cleanup on some of the background noise and the reverb in the room, so de-reverbing it as well. Okay, so I've got everything, I think, in the right place. So let's see what it sounds like. Yes, it works. So now we've got a solid audio mix in place. Now we can head over to After Effects and work on the video. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring all those video clips back together, and in the same way we layered audio up, we're now going to layer all the video up and create a grid so we can see the entire orchestra playing at the same time. So we add ourselves a nice little background, and then we bring all those clips back in one at a time, check everything's placed, a little bit of drop shadow, stick a logo in the corner, and I think we're looking good. I just want to say a massive shout out thanks to the Yorkshire Wind Orchestra for getting me involved in this. It's been an absolute pleasure of a project. I've donated my time freely, and if you would be so kind as to donate maybe anything you could spare, if you can, only if you can, to the Yorkshire Ambulance Service. The links to do that will be at the end of this video or down there, and that would be fantastic if you could. But 25th anniversary, happy birthday to the Yorkshire Wind Orchestra, and long may that continue for another 25.